God uses sacred authors to communicate divine truths. Human authors display many talents. The story of Tobit offers an outstanding example of how human drama can teach us God's lessons about life. Tobit does what is right, and he suffers for it. He buried the dead, and misfortune followed. Tobit suffers blindness, cataracts. His future daughter-in-law, Sarah, suffers misfortunes that drive her to the brink of suicide. The author draws our attention to the wicked demon, Asmodeus, who somehow manages to kill off Sarah's 7 husbands before she consummated any of the marriages. Then God's power and healing grace appears in the figure of the archangel Raphael. In fact, his name means God heals. Raphael restores Tobit's sight and makes quick work of Asmodeus. Tobiah and Sarah become the prototype for Christian marriage, and tomorrow's reading records their prayer of thanksgiving and praise to God. Today, Christian marriage suffers assaults from many quarters. The cultural pressures are well known. The wicked demon still wages war on the lawful union of man and woman with its inherent fruitfulness. The book of Tobit counsels us not to succumb to the demon's wiles that surround us today, not to fear that devilish intrigues will win the day. Human sin never trumps divine power. God always wins. He is the true creator and provident Lord of the universe. Evil enjoys no independent reality. Of course, we cannot ignore that Sarah lost 7 husbands before Tobiah came to her. The sacred author evokes an all too human question. Why does God not act sooner to relieve the sufferings that evil brings? The simple answer to this question requires that we recall God's boundless mercy for the creature. We can accept a general rule that one never suffers alone. The Christian never suffers alone. Our salvation was won by the suffering of God's only Son. And those who unite their sufferings to those of Christ sanctify their own sufferings. This means that sufferings become useful for our eternal salvation. The alternative is an unhappy one, to remain closed in on ourselves, a sort of psychological suicide. But those who, like Tobit, Sarah, and Tobiah, trust in the goodness of God, witness an end to their sufferings and life everlasting. Amen.